It's an unassuming patch of land, but state politicians say the long-term solution to fuel security could lie here, deep below the ground.
All we know is that we're on something really good, and when you're on a good thing, stick to it.
There it is! Right here, look!
The Queensland Premier claims we're sitting on the largest new oil field in Australia.
If we've got a golden opportunity to deliver liquid gold, what a golden opportunity. A golden opportunity. Liquid gold for us.
9 weeks ago, one of the wells out here began producing light oil.
Liquid gold.
Energy giant Shell QGC says it is now supplying around 200 barrels of oil to the market every day. The prospect of a future oil rush exciting politicians at a time when it's scarcely been more important.
Here in the Taroom Trough lies our potential for that long-term opportunity. A long-term opportunity to be able to control our own destiny, to not be at the mercy of conflicts in the Middle East, of supply chains that forget about our nation.
I don't agree it's the solution. I think it's an important contribution, no question about that, if it proves up.
The Taroom Trough is a petrol and gas exploration site in southwest Queensland, spanning around 43,000 square kilometres, the size of Denmark. There are 4 licence holders currently exploring the trough. Richard Cotty's Elixir Energy is one of them. All of their test wells have struck oil.
Underneath our feet, we've known for many a long year that is a huge hydrocarbon kitchen.
Congratulations.
It's a privilege to be here.
Mr Cotty was one of the driving forces behind the success of coal seam gas in the region in the 2000s. He thinks this is the next frontier.
So how confident are you that you could replicate the success of coal seam gas but with oil in the Taroom Trough?
I honestly believe that we're nearly there. We're right on the cusp.
He estimates his company will produce a total of 30 million barrels of oil conservatively, a fraction of the around 365 million barrels of oil the country uses every year. Shell QGC is another licence holder. It currently has 3 wells. One of them is producing oil.
It's really high quality, and that can be used to refine to produce diesel. More than 50% of what we produce can be refined to diesel.
Shell's vice president is optimistic about the success of the project.
If we can unlock this basin, this could be part of the solution to meet the Australian energy needs.
But acknowledges there's more work to be done.
It's early days. We don't know how much we have in ground today, and hopefully in the next 6 to 12 months we will be able to get a view on what are we actually looking in the Taroom Trough.
The only way to get a clearer picture of how much oil lies below the surface and how it'll flow is to drill more exploratory wells.
This is an area of tens of thousands of square kilometres, and we've probably drilled maybe 1 to 2 dozen wells in it. So there's a high degree of uncertainty as you make all the connections.
The oil in the Taroom Trough sits more than 3 kilometres below the surface. To reach it, wells are drilled vertically before turning and extending up to 2 kilometres horizontally. To extract the oil, companies use a technique called fracking, using a water-based solution at a high pressure to create fractures in the rock, allowing the oil and gas to flow out.
The difficulty here is that these are very deep rocks, 3,000 to 4,000 metres. It's sometimes 5 to 10 times the cost of a coal seam gas well to drill, and so the technology and the costs are much higher when you work at that depth.
So this oil is really difficult to access, but we also don't know exactly how much is down there. Is this all a bit of a gamble?
No, I don't think it's a gamble at all. I really think Shell has totally de-risked it. We're going to be de-risking it.
There are also environmental considerations. Between the oil reserve and the surface lies one of the country's most vital aquifers, the Great Artesian Basin. But industry experts believe the risks of contamination are minimal.
Even at the deepest part of the Great Artesian Basin, there's more than one kilometre of rock between the Great Artesian Basin and whatever's going on in the Taroom Trough.
There's a lot riding on the project's success. For the state, it could mean billions of dollars in royalties. For licensees,
in round figures, you're talking, maybe $10 to $20 billion worth of revenue and $1 to $2 billion of royalty from the oil itself.
And there's pressure to move quickly. The Queensland Government says it wants the federal government to bypass regulatory delays and fast-track approvals for the project, claiming it's in the national interest. But the Federal Environment Minister says, despite writing to David Crisafulli asking for project details, like the number of oil wells and any potential environmental impacts, he's still not received a proposal in writing.
The Premier in Queensland has been very keen to get out and do photo opportunities and media statements. He's yet to provide a single piece of information to us that we can consider.
Business owners in the tiny townships across the region are hopeful the project will be approved.
It's a wave of investment that secures our future.
Andrew Smith is a publican in the town of Condamine. He's also the mayor of the Western Downs.
If we go back 30 years ago, things were pretty tough. I can remember a time when parents were sort of saying to their children, don't come home, there's not much to come home to. The secret is diversifying your economy.
Are you concerned at all that perhaps the expectations won't live up to the reality?
Really hard to tell at this point in time. The appraisals are still being done. There is a lot of hype around the Taroom Trough. The timing is absolutely perfect when we see what's going on around the world.
If you're willing to dream, and there's a lot of work yet to go, it can change the total dynamics, but only if we can get government approvals.